Hello, and back to Starfield. So, interesting things happened. No fault of my own, at least I'm not blaming myself for it. And everybody, well, got a bit angry, things happened, and, well, to be honest, there's a lot of time got wasted as far as I'm concerned. That's the main point. I had better things to do, and I had to sort problems out. So hopefully those problems are now sorted out, but I'm going to have to be more careful in future. But what I was trying to do, I need to find out where my bits and pieces are going to, because we managed to find some adhesive and we managed to find some lubricant. So they're being shipped, I think, to Jemison, which will then go to Aquila, which will then go to wherever they go to. Except, oh yes, I forgot. Andresia went off on a hoof, so she's not following me anymore. I might actually just go and get the dude because he's much less hassle, to be honest. Although to be fair, they're all gun total crazy people. They just shoot anything that moves. Now let's have a look see. Right, I didn't want to do that. So we've got... Right, so there's an inter-system link here from Bardine 3. So this is bringing in, or should bring in, adhesive. So that should go into that box, which will then go into that box, which will then go into that box. So the 64 million question is there actually any adhesive? And there's this main storage box. There's nothing in there. It's empty. And there's nothing in there. Right, so that I'm assuming that's the adhesive, that's the lubricant. Actually, we're looking for... Right, okay, so it's both of them that I need to find. Let's have a... Right, that one would be... Right, that's the adhesive and that's the lubricant. Right, because for some strange reason I didn't hook up the adhesive either. Right, so there's no sign of either of them. I mean, it may well be because they're being shipped out through here. So we can go and have a look-see. Outbound, just fiber. Right, so that should all be getting shipped over to Aquila. In which case, where is Cheyenne? Cheyenne's over here. It says Aquila. We're going to land over there. I'll have a look in there and see if there's any adhesive or lubricant showing up. And if it's not here, we'll go to the next place. It's the truth. Right. So there's 4 boxes here. So what's in these boxes? So this box has got fiber, aromatics, hallucinogens, and nutrients. Let's have a look. So this is the stuff that comes in from there. Right. That's spooky, it turned up just after me. Because I would have thought I had a faster ship. Yeah. Right, so what's in this box then? Ah, so there's my adhesive. Right, so there's 2 adhesive and 300 fibre in there. And there's 2 adhesive and... Okay. Right, so the loot... Oh, bicycles. At least I know the stuff's getting here. So I think what I'm going to do... Right, let's going to try something. Something I saw somebody suggest. Whether this works or not, I don't know. It's hit or miss, I think. It's very, very fragile, this system. Because there's no sorting as such, but there might be. Might be and there might not be. It just depends. Right, so if we go to here, which is Ursa Major, first thing I want to do is pick up the dude. So he should be over here. But I'm also thinking, well, I also need to try and sort out Blue Ring. Good point. What can you do?
How can I help you? And how can I not help you? Because I want to make sure I never do those things.
That's a good question, actually. Even I don't know. But do you want to go out for a bit of a, you know, bit of an expedition around the universe?
Right behind you, Captain. I'll be like a mole on the nape of your neck. Always there, but never in the way.
That's an interesting way of describing things. I also want to sort this place out. This whole thing needs a rethink. I've got plans within plans, because part of the problem is this place is just too noisy. So I've got plans within plans, should we say. So first things first, though, we're going to head back to Jemison, because if we go to there, I want to find out what exactly are we shipping. Because if it's just 3 things, that might make life a bit easier. Because it started off with fibre. I think I've since added the adhesive and lubricant, but it depends on how I've set things up. Because I've got a cunning plan. Somebody else has been trying. That is not what we were going to do. Right, let's see. So we've got our own fibre. So that's shipping into there. That's going into. Right. So this is this is the adhesive coming into here, going into that box. This is the lubricant going into that box. That's a fibre. So there's 3 boxes. That's the key point. Right. So if we go to a keeler. So a keeler is the next stop off. So we'll head over to there. Now whether I've got the materials or not, I don't know. We shall have to find out. But this whole cargo thing needs a major rethink. Again, it's somebody else's cutting plan, to be fair, so it's something I want to try out because it actually makes more sense. Right, so do a bit of this, and so there should be 2 links coming in. So there's this one, fibre. So this one's for skip. Ah, right. So that's the one I need to target then. Now, can we do this? That's the 64mm question. I do have enough adaptive frames. Rhubarb. I need more adaptive frames. Up there for now. Right, where is... let's get out of that. Head to the ship just on the off chance I can make some there, otherwise we're going to have to go somewhere else and get more adaptive frames. Right, somewhere in this ship, that's a $64 million question, but somewhere there'll be an industrial workbench. I'm just going to find it. I know it's in here somewhere. And I'm stuck on... Who's leaving things lying around that are hindering? Right, we'll go down a level. Actually, let's come out of this. Is she actually on the ship? Or has she gone back to the lodge? No, she's still... No, she's still on the ship. She said she was going to get off at the next... Yeah, I'm pretty sure she said she was going to get off at the next port. Okay, each to their own. Hello, Cora.
Keep installing new cool things in your ship. It's like Christmas every day.
You reckon? Cool. You enjoying yourself, Doc? Right.
Hey,
Excuse me, Barrett.
Need help with anything?
Maybe, but can I use this? Ah, you're a star. Thank you. Whether I can do this or not, it depends. I mean... Oh, I can. Right. Let us make... I'll just make all of them. Well, I don't really need that many. I think it's 3 each, so... Well... I'll make 15. Because... You know... Right, now I need to go back upstairs again.
Oh, hey, Captain.
Oh, actually, I could go... can I go downstairs? Right, where is the door? There's the door. Except that I didn't want to get the rifle out. There's no point getting the rifle out. Well, there might be, actually. There might be hostile things out here that want to eat me.
Captain Dan, it is pleasant to see you.
And you, Basco. I mean, you didn't complain, I noticed, which is interesting. Everybody else felt like complaining. I didn't particularly need to do that. Right. Interesting. So what's that? That's somebody else's place then. Blimey, we're a lot closer to other places than I thought. Right, so if we put the gun away. Right, so if we do, let's say, storage. Somewhere in here are some storage things. Oh, wood sickles. Now I need 18 iron. And I need aluminum, right? Never mind, I'm going somewhere else. It was a good idea. Until it wasn't. Right, I need to be very careful. Last time I was jumping into these sort of places, I was ending up in all sorts of problems. Right, let's go and land over here. So I'll go and grab some iron and aluminum from somewhere. Somewhere out here is aluminum and iron. So grab those. It's a pity you can't like do pre-builds, pre-packs or whatever they are. You just say, just build me 10 storage boxes and we'll just put them on the let's just grab this stuff actually. Prefabs, that's what I was thinking about. You just build them all in advance and then put them on the ship and then you just unpack them at the other end. That would be easier. Let's grab some of this. Right. But no, the problem with places like this, I'm finding, is just so many links. You're just hearing all of these cargo ships taking on and off and on and off. It gets so noisy. So I think it's probably better to, because I think I've got a bit more wiggle room now. I can build more cargo, or more outposts, I should say. Actually, that's a thought. Let's have a look-see. Because I'm putting points into Let's see. So it's plant rehabilitation. Yeah, so we've been putting points into here. It says I need more habitable outposts built, but that's going to extend it by 12. That's going to extend it by 16. So I'm thinking of splitting things up into manageable chunks, if you will. So what I'm thinking of doing is having within each system has an intersystem planner. So that's where all of the links. That's where all the links from the other systems come into. And then I'll have another planet or outpost where all of the internal links come into, and I'll keep those separate. But the idea is I'll have one manufacturing planet,
Orbital insertion complete.
and I'll only have one link.
May now move freely about the cabin.
That's good to know. What isn't good to know is somebody keeps messing with my power. Stop messing with the power. Right, that's what we want. Right, hopefully we'll go back to a Keeler and sort this out then. Like I said, I don't know if it'll necessarily work. It's worth trying. I mean, at this stage, anything's worth trying. Right, we're going to land there. But I am curious to find out. The only way to find out is to actually try it. Oh, having said that, I'm going to need a lot more gear than this, because it's going to
Look at us,
pull up, isn't it?
exploring new biomes, meeting new pets.
New pets. Really? Oh, that's not what we wanted. Right, we don't want them. Furniture, robots, defences, structures, builders, storage. Right, so that's a little one. Put that there. Oh, you're kidding. Why do you have to intersect with things? Who's come up with this notion that things are intersecting? It's highly inconsiderate, you know. Right, we'll grab that one. Right, then we'll grab a link from here. Link from here to here. And link from here to here. Right, so the theory is, and it'll go pear ship because I need a lot more storage than this. But the theory is there's 3 storage boxes at the other end, and they're all feeding into an outbound box. So if you set up the same number of boxes at the other side, they should get split up into their individual resources. So each box should have its own resource. But it kind of like falls on its head apparently if you haven't got enough storage in total. It's like, well, we'll have a look and see what we've got here. So we've got fibre, and fibre. So it seems to just too much fibre. But that's the only stuff that's coming in. Right, let's take that. So we've got a decent seats. See, this is the problem. This is where the idea is falling apart. There's too much fibre and there's nowhere for it to go to. So the system's just dumping it into whatever spare storage it's got. So this really is going to be. Let's take the lubricant out and the fibre. I think we're making. I think, like I say, this is where the idea starts to fall apart, because I think obviously we've just got so much fibre getting delivered So that would be a decent. I'll take that out. And I'll put the lubricant in there. Now next time that's on its trip, we'll end up with like a butt ton of probably fibre ending up in here. So put that away. So if we do... Nope, put that away. I need like a ton of storage, because that's ultimately that's got to go out somewhere. Anyway. So there's 4 storage units. So that one's going out to there. That one's going out to something. Where is... Let's grab that. That one is the... Right, that was the... Right, that makes sense now. Right, so if that's the... That's the stuff. This place here is making nutrients, if memory serves. Oh, I can find out from here, can't I? Right, so you're making aromatics. Right, so you're feeding into your box. So that's supposed to be the aromatics box. You're making hallucinogens, so you're feeding into that box. You're making nutrients, so you're putting into those box. So what I need is an absolute ton of storage. So I need another 2 of them. Tricky trying to get to that link, that's the trouble. Let's head over to here, right, so... Right, that's that one, so if we take that link out... Right, I'll pick that up. So you need to feed into that one. You'll need to feed into that one. Now, the idea is to have an absolute ton of storage for these individual boxes over here. So, I'm at the point where I can make the big ones, but what's that going to cost me? So I need... So it's... I mean, the fiber's the biggest problem, so what I could do... if I go and grab these ones, because this one's... Is this the top one? So the top one feeds into... Let's put that there. That's the bottom one. So I'm gonna have to break that link, aren't I? Because I don't want that feeding into the bigger storage. So the idea is to put it into the smaller storage, and the smaller storage feeds into the bigger storage. But another thing I need to do is actually decide, well, what actually needs to go where. Because at the moment I'm just trying to send everything to one planet, and that's not gonna work. So that's feeding into that box there. Right, so that, which one's which? Right. That one's a diesel. Is it? Let's see, that one's going to be a diesel, then lubricant, and then fibre. Right. So, oh, obstacles. Too many buttons. Put the gun away. Right, so that one. So we'll have adhesive going to. Well, I'll not do that yet. Let's break that. So they're not doing anything at the moment. So that's fibre. Let me break that link. So that one feeds into that one. And that one feeds into that one. That one feeds into that one. Grab that one. Get this to sit on the top. I really want the bigger box as well. Tell you what, let's. Where'd it go? Right, and then that one will feed on the third container. So that's going to be. I'll keep them in sync basically. So that's going to be adhesive. That's going to be lubricant. That's going to be fibre. Right, so what's in this one? Right, let's take this out. Now I think at the moment I've got too much fibre. Hello. That's not good. I'm curious, what are you doing? I was getting a bit concerned there. I'm thinking, what's he doing? Is he pretending that he's got a gun? Right, so you're... Yeah, so basically I've got way too much fibre. So any fibre I've got needs to go in there. Except it's too much. So I need to take any... I mean, it'll start shipping out. But I've just got too much being made, realistically. So this is where it's falling apart already. I need like tons and tons of storage. The fibre. Fudge signals. Right.
I saw a smudge of dirt on your ship the other day. Don't worry. I obliterated it with every cleaning product known to man. No speck of soil is getting near you. Not if I can help it.
Well, that is good to know. I really appreciate it.
Need me to ease your burden, mighty one?
I don't have a burden. Apparently. Right, can you carry the fibre? Oh, that's the most you can carry. Oh, fudgesicles. Oh, no, actually, that's good enough. That's exactly what I need. Right, cool.
Back to work, then.
Exactly. Hi-ho, hi-ho. Right, so I need like a bajillion storage for fibre, because it's not... It should be coming off this planet, so... There's a small amount that... Well, actually, tell you what. Let's go and grab the... What's in here? Fibre... Should grab that. Oh, fudgesicles, I did it the wrong way around, didn't I? I'll take that out. And then I'll put the adhesive back in. And now I'm overloaded. Bicycles. Now that should be... Surely that should be taking up all of the fibre. I mean, there's 150 fibre in there. Unless it's just a case of there's just... I mean, each... If memory serves, the ship can carry about... I think it's about 500. Yeah, there's just like a bajillion fibre. This is the problem, there's too much fibre now. Right, where's there a ship round here? It's over there, it's in that direction. So the idea, it kind of makes sense, but it's like, yeah, I need like a ton of fibre, or storage, or I need like a ton of storage at the other end to dispose of it. To store it somewhere, but fibre's needed at... I think there's... hold on a tick, hold on a tick. Right, so that at the moment... Yes, that's feeding into here, so they're providing... What that is, that's cobalt. So what's this? Oh right, that's got... Right, got you. Right, okay, that makes sense now. So that's... Basically, I've got to provide fibre to this planet itself here. So we're taking in some of the fibre from Jameson. Or Jemison. And that's going to here.
Hero dust is just pouring out of your hands.
I know. It's amazing, isn't it? So the rest should then be going off to... I haven't said that. It's going off to Aquila, but I don't know if Aquila necessarily needs it. Ultimately, it's got to get from Aquila to... Ow, ow, ow! Didn't appreciate that. It might be going to... It might be going to Ursa Major 2. I know one of the two definitely needs. I think it's Ursa Major 2 because that's the organic planet I'm making. That's where all of the greenhouses are. But I'm thinking of like redoing all of this so that each system has its own inter-system link. So that's for basically for sending stuff outside of the system, and then you've got an internal one where all of the internal links accumulate. So I've got plans within plans, and I think I can probably do it. Let's see, I need to put some bits and pieces away first because I'm carrying too much. But it should spread it out. It should then be a case of I can send resources to exactly where they need to go rather than...
Should you need me?
As far as I recall, you went off in a big huff last time we were talking to each other. It was all down to friendly fire. I mean, I've been having a look into that, and it's quite possible. I mean, I'm using auto turrets, so it's quite possible. I mean, from what I understand, that the auto turrets what they do is the fire on the fire on hostile targets. So in other words, the target's got to turn red essentially before they'll do anything. It's quite possible that one of the actual 3-star ships might have gone in between me and the actual whatever it is we were fighting at the time. And that could have been the reason we had problems. Because if they got in the way and the turrets actually hit one of the 3-star ships by accident, so in other words, it was lined up and trying to hit an enemy target, maybe one of the, I don't know whether there were spaces or something. If one of the 3-star ships came in,
to distant worlds, exploring the galaxy, and learning about each other. This is it.
you reckon? As far as I was aware, it's all about. I mean, I was pretty sure you knew everything about me already. But anyway, no, I think it's possible where we were targeting maybe a spacer, for example. One of the 3-star ships came in the way, then it got hit. So they then turned red. In other words, they became hostile, and our guns then just finished them off, basically. Right, so this is the one that's coming in from Aquila. So it's feeding into here. So this is all the fibre that then goes into... Which is odd, really, because there's no fibre. That's a problem. Why is there no fibre? That's why I think it's better to rethink this and just split it all up, because it's not going to plan. Right, so is it this lot here? Because these are full up. Right, so this is a lot of stuff that's coming in from... Yeah. So this is a lot of stuff that's coming in from Aquila. So there's stuff going to here. That one's feeding to here. That one's feeding to here. Then it's feeding to here. But what it's not doing is going out to here. That was going to be the end point. In fact, this is not actually doing anything at all. Oh no, these are the incoming resources, right? That's it. We're bringing helium-3 in to power that. Now this is the outbound link, so this is taking all the materials from here and sending them on to our end point, which now that I think about it, doesn't make sense. So what I'm thinking of doing is setting up I'll keep that as the manufacturing base, but I'm going to have another base which is a sort of like an excess, or it's going to be a kind of a dumping ground for anything that's not involved in manufacturing. So this place here, this is Ursa Majora, so this is a planet. So at the moment I've got what do we do on here? We can do uranium, copper. I wonder if I can put another planet here, another outpost here. So what is it? What have we got? We've got a sandy desert. Ah, now there's a plateau there. Go and have a look over there. So I'm thinking of having a manufacturing base, so all the manufacturing gets done at one planet or one moon.
Of so many wonders. We should name them all after you.
That's a good idea. You've hit upon a an ingenious idea. So no, I'm thinking of having one manufacturing base, so all the automated machine stuff we can do, it'll have specific resources sent to it. This will be a kind of a dumping ground, if you will, where everything I do make that I don't put into manufacturing will come here. And the idea is I can bring the ship here and pick things up from it. So we're talking about things like the lubricant, for example, the adhesive and so on. So if we do a bit of this, I mean it'll make copper, but it'll, I don't really need to do that. It's just going to be a, as I say, a dumping ground. Right, so you shall be known as Outpost Major 1 Storage. So the sole purpose of this is just storage. So it should have, and I don't think I've got the materials, but right, what can we do and what can't we do? Right, so because it's a planet, I'm going to put an outpost on it. Oh, fudgesicles. I keep forgetting about that. You've got to confirm it. It's like, are you sure you want to do that? It's like, yes. I wouldn't have asked otherwise. But it's more to do with the fact that you can actually move it up and down. You can put it at like a height, if you like. So this is going to need a cargo link, if I can fit one in. And I can. Oh, cool. So put the cargo link over. Let's spin it round. Round, round. Let's spin it around. Let's leave some bits and pieces here. So that gets me a cargo link. The idea is, somewhere else I'm going to build another place that just does cargo links, and that's it. Everything's going to be sent to there internally, and then it'll forward it either onto the manufacturing base or this base. So the $64 million question is, I don't think I've got the storage. That's the only drawback. So I think I'll just get I'll go for the big storage for now, and I'll see what I can put here. So I don't need any power, so that's fine. So I need all the different types of storage. So I need, let's see. So I'm going to need another 6 frames, another 10 iron. Need more aluminum. Some more of them. I've got the nickel. I don't think that needed nickel, did it? Nope. Gas. So I need 10 copper. I've got tons of that. Need another 10 frame. Oh, did I miss that out? That not need frames. Yeah, that needed frames. Oh, wrong place. I'm slowly scribbling all these things out so I remember what they are. Now the warehousing will be at the other place anyway, so that doesn't really matter. This is just to get me started. Right, so if we go to here. But I deliberately built on the planet there because the it helps with that skill. Apparently you don't get any brownie points if you build on moons for some strange reason. Right, so I need another 26 frames apparently. So we should be building. But ultimately the idea is this place here is gonna all it's gonna have is one cargo link. And that's it. So it should be a lot quieter. I shall grab these. And the idea is to only send stuff here that's actually needed. I hope I'm doing this correct.
I'll gladly share some of your
That means I'm going to end up with like a lot of outposts, basically. So fortunately that skill does cover me. 20 aluminum. And 10. So somewhere out there is some copper. Right, so if we go into here, into here, into here. Oh, good chickens, we're on a planet where I... Right, so that needed... Did that need any iron? No, because that uses nickel. And that uses the copper and the tungsten. Right, so somewhere on here is some copper. And that's the other problem is all this sort of stuff. It's just... I'm building up to the sky. It's just too much stuff. So it's like, it's truth. So I'm going to try and tidy things up. I might have a look on that. I don't know if there's a limit on how many you can build on a specific planet. Aha. I was kind of banking on that, getting everything out of that, but the trouble is, it's not quite working. It does have an actual limit, because I was hoping to be able to pull everything I could through onto the ship from here, but it doesn't seem to be working. It only gives you access to whatever's in there, which is a bit of a pain. Right, so we head over to that other planet. But I'm going to end up setting up a system link here. Somewhere. I'll build another outpost which is just focusing on inter-system links. Plus one cargo link. Then another planet which is just internal cargo links. So essentially I'll just have two outposts which are just transports.
Orbit achieved.
So what are you?
Sure could use your help. We did, and I had a good feeling about you. We just need a little. 2 units of ship parts will do.
Yeah, sure.
You're
sure.
a lifesaver. Here, take these for your help.
Okay, right. I need to fix my bits. My bits need fixing, apparently. Oh no, that's just the shield. Ah, right, that's why. They've done it again. They've messed with my power. Who's been messing with the power? Right. So if we go to... I mean, I suppose I could put them on the... I really want to build them on the planet though, don't I? Right, that's the Oracle, which is not where we're going. So where is... There's storage. So yeah, so this is a basically this is where everything that I
This location
has to go
seems
here.
full of life. We should name it after you. Also, every other location in the galaxy.
Yeah, I think you're onto something, you know. I'm starting to get the impression that you know a lot. Those are wise words. Right, so this is going to be a big amount of storage. So this is just going to be a dumping ground, essentially. Right, storage of the solids. Then storage for liquids. Storage for gas. And as I said, the manufacturing place is really specifically for manufacturing. I mean, I could try to find a way to split things up, but at this stage, we just have to see what we do. Because the trouble is, all I can have is, it's a real pain, you're limited. I mean, you can build a certain number of system links and a certain number of cargo links, you're limited to was it 6, I think, per planet at the moment? Although I did see somewhere the number of links was going up and it had me confused because I'm not... It left me scratching my head. I'm thinking, well, what? So it's nothing to do with that. Oh, is it one of these ones? Ah, that's it, right. So outpost management. Got you, right. So that's what it was. So then, when if we expand that one, we can then do more robots. If you do that one, you can get more crew. If you do that one, your extractors can do twice as fast. That's a bit confusing because you've got like these are mixed up because a lot of this is to do with the outposts. But then so is that one. It's confuzzling and confusing. Right, so this place doesn't really do anything as such. It's just doing storage. So, like I said, that the idea is that any storage, anything I produce that doesn't need to go into automation, will end up here. That's my train of thought anyway. Or anything I pick up over here. Right, what else do I need? I need a ship. A landing bay. Right, so I need another... Right here. So, frames... Yeah, I'm going to scribble all this down. So, 30 iron. I can build that. Then there's the storage that goes with it, which is that one there. So we're okay on tungsten, so it needs another 8 iron. Right, so if we go and jump over back to here, frames and iron I should be able to get from here. But ultimately that storage place is where I might be able to get some of that. Because I might like ship excess stuff off this planet to somewhere else. It needs a bit of thought. Right, let's see. So we've got... let's see. So I've got... No, I've only got 5 aluminum, so... Let's have a look. We want to land down here. So ultimately, I'll remove all of the any links bar one. So there'll just be one internal cargo link coming here, and this place will get a whole lot quieter. I mean, except for the. Well, I don't think the machines make that much noise. Yeah, I don't think the machines make much noise, but anyway, I need frames, don't I? I've lost my sense of direction. Where's the rubber here? But I think I might move the... To be fair, I don't think the crew are contributing like much to this anyway. I think I've got like one person who does outpost engineering. The other one's a chemist. I don't think the chemist actually does anything. I thought they would, but they don't. Right, if we get some of these... grab some of these. Oh, hold on, Tim. Where am I? Am I overloaded? Oh no, okay. Right, in which case we'll head back. I mean, one thing I'm curious. I mean, I don't know if, as I say, if you're limited to how many outposts you can build on a single planet. I think there is a limit. I have a funny feeling there is some limit I've run into in the past. I think. Well, that might have just been a cargo, like an outpost limit in general. But the intersystem link and the cargo link places are just going to be like through paths. Basically, it's just a way of consolidating everything. I don't need to do that, do I? Because we're trying to build. Right, I want to get this done first. So where have you gone? So this is for me to land here. Hold on, Tick. Where is the cargo? There's the cargo link's going to be over there. There's the airlock there. So if I put this reasonably close by. Now I think this is going to be, for me, this is a bit tricky. Because I want to have one of these. Where's it gone? Storage. So we've got a transfer container. Now this is the tricky bit, because on that other planet, when I link these up to the transport container, I was expecting the ship to be able to pull things from here. That doesn't seem to be working. Maybe it's just going to be a case of yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to link up from... I'm going to create links from here to here. Tell you what, let's do it this way. I'll do it this a way around. So this is for me to dump things here. If I've got things on the ship that I want to leave here. Now if I need to come here and get anything, we'll see, because I'm going to go back to the other place. So let me head back to here. So I'm going to go and land over here. I'm going to jump back in the ship, and I'm going to see if I can grab anything from the planet.
It's times like this I'm so glad we have oxygen tanks. What would we breathe without them?
That is a good point. Yeah, you make a good point there. I'm impressed. Right, so we go to here and to here. Let's just jump on the ship. So while I'm standing on the ship, I'm curious to see what I can pull. Nothing. Zip nada. Maybe this isn't... Yeah, maybe this is not such a good idea. Let's have a look. Right, so I don't see anything there. So if I go to cargo... So I've got access to... That's my inventory. So this is just going to be me dumping stuff into the ship. But these are the only resources that we're seeing here. So antimicrobials down to silver. So this is for a link that's going from all of those containers. So I suspect that it can only pull certain things, so let's just get out. So that's a bit of a pain, so I might still have to do it the other way. Let's jump over to here. So that was... all it saw was antimicrobials to silver. Ah, interesting. Oh, there you go. Antimicrobials down to silver. So they're just in a slightly different order when you look at there. Oh, that's for setting up links. Transfer container, outpost, move, delete, output link. Never mind. So even though it's hooked up to all of these, it's not allowing me to pull literally specific items. It's only whatever's been pulled from these boxes into there. Now, if I were to do it the other way around, transfer, which I think I might do actually, because it's kind of pointless, this. Actually, that might be the wrong one. Right, let's break that link. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain there. I was hoping it would give me a better ability to pull from the ship, like if there was anything I specifically needed, but it seems not. So if there's anything I need, it's going to be a case of I'm going to have to get access to the actual individual storage devices. That's a pain, that. But at least I can dispose of stuff. I can't do anything with that because that's like ammunition. I don't know. I can't remember. There was something I used to make with it. I can't remember what, but at the moment that's feeding now back into here. Everything ends up in there. So the trouble is, I've got the stuff right at the top there, which I can't get access to as such. I mean, I can get right up to this box. That. I'm wondering. Yeah, I was beginning to wondering if you can start building like walkways or something. That would be useful because then you could set up like a way to get access to these things. But otherwise I'm just going to have to put them at a certain height. I mean, to be fair, I'm going to start using these bigger storage boxes anyway. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how much they can store, but I would assume they should store a whole lot more than one of these. So maybe if you have like 4 of these and just keep stacking them backwards or something. It's just because I have to be able to get access to every single one if I want to pull certain resources. Unless they fill up, then that's the other big dilemma, is how do you then sort them out? I mean, that strategy I'm using at the moment works in theory as long as they're getting emptied somewhere. As soon as you've got an excess of one, it's going to try and find somewhere else to put it, and it's like, yeah, it's just, that's when it falls apart. And there is a mod available to help you with this, but I don't have access to mods, so that's a pity. So I think at least I've got that storage one set up. What I want next is some more outposts, and it's going to be a case of, I mean, that's a planet. That's a planet. Worst case, I could build on that planet, I think. Don't particularly want to, but I could do. Or I could put it on that planet, so I could make this one like the inter-system one, so anything that's coming in from a different system could maybe feed into here. Anything that's coming in from other planets within this system feeds into another outpost. The inter-system one also feeds into that inner outpost setup, and then that one feeds onto the manufacturing base I've got over here, plus the actual outpost that I've just set up for excess storage. So the challenge then is, well, how do you get certain resources that you want to here? I mean, it's It's going to seriously complicated. This is the problem. They've made things way more complicated than need to be. So you've got to try different ways to try and get around the problem. Ah, the joys of outposts.
We're all here because we're committed to the biggest question of all. What's out there? You're part of Constellation now. Part of our family.
We do not fully understand all that is at work here.
No finer group in the stars to be unraveling this mystery.
I'll follow you from here on out, Captain.
Grab jump is ready. I love this part.
These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel.
Human settlements throughout the galaxy could be at risk.
We are not stopping. Whatever lies at the end of this road will change humanity forever. This is where we belong.